Dr. Tom, in your opinion, what's the main difference, would you say, between a panel and an MMI?
Yeah, so I've done both. They both have their pros and their cons. And one of the big advantages of a panel is that they can get to know you more effectively. You can go on a bit of tangents. If, they can get to know more about you as a person, spend a bit more time. They tend to be not as strict. They have a guideline of things they need to cover. If you want to build more rapport with the interviewers, you can do that in a panel. You can't do that in an MMI because you got 5 to 7 minutes, bang, 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 don't even interact with you in an
Yeah.
MMI. The downsides of a panel is if you mess up at the start or if it goes badly at one point, you can't restart. Where the MMI, it's a clean start with every single one.
Yeah.
So there are pros and cons. And if you know what type of interview you're likely to get, or if you get to the point where you've been offered an interview, you really just got to hone in on what are the advantages of that type of interview and practice for that. I had an interview with the University of Sydney. That was my first one. And I went in there super confident. I had everything on my side: GPA, GAMSAT score, work experience, but I hadn't prepared properly for the interview, and I didn't get an offer. At that point, it feels personal. If you get a low GAMSAT score and you get knocked back from the application process, they didn't really get to know you. But when it's an interview, they get to know you. They're like, no, we don't want you around. And I did an interview with Notre Dame. I got in there. And then ultimately, I actually became an interviewer on the panel. So I've seen what works, what doesn't. And like Amlan said, we put that into our interview bootcamp. We give you a framework and a system so that you can answer any question they give you. And then we practice it with you on a regular basis, giving you live, immediate feedback. And in fact, last year, out of the boot campers who got interviews and did the interview boot camp, all of them got offers from medical school. Many got multiple offers. We will put a link in the show notes for you guys if you're interested.
Yes, please.